And I have a little surprise for you today because I am making steak, and I know that's one of your favorites, so you and John will be happy. But alongside of steak fajitas, more of an Asian style that I'm making, the main event is a spiralized beet and goat cheese salad with pistachios. We're going to use some white balsamic. I'm going to add some fresh fennel because the fennel is coming in right now really well. I like the fennel bulbs when they're thinner because they'll last a little longer and they're not as too intense in chewiness. So we're going to mix that all in with pistachio nuts, and actually the salad will be the center of the plate. Some beautiful sirloin. Boy, if you didn't go to the fresh market this weekend, you missed it. It was buy one, get one. So you better believe that we're having sirloin today. The sale already ended, but it's a great reason to log on to get the best coupons that you can anywhere you shop. So I'll be back in a few minutes to get cooking and a delicious meal. So I have the sirloin steak that's in the pan. We're going to sear that off. When you buy steak, especially if it's like a top sirloin, they're going to come in variety of cuts, of thickness. So you want to get those thick ones in first because the thin ones are going to cook pretty quickly. But let's get to the main event. We're going to be making a very simple, but very delicious beet salad. What I'm really excited about is that now Fresh Market's carrying the spiralized vegetables. Well, I make them at home all the time. Beets are really a pain to do because they stain, so it tends to bleed on your counter. Let them do the work, buy this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna mix 1 part extra virgin olive oil to 3 parts white balsamic, okay? And then we'll just make sure, see where our flavor profile is. I like vinegar a lot, so I'm gonna add a little more of that vinegar. This is going to be so simple, right? So we're going to take the spiralized beets and put them right into this start of the dressing. Season it with salt and pepper. Very simple, right? And then remember I mentioned that I picked up some fennel. You can do fennel if you want. If you don't like fennel, you could do some fresh spinach in it. Whatever really is your fancy. Now I'm going to add the goat cheese towards the end. What I do is right now my tube of goat cheese is in the freezer. Even though it was refrigerator, it's going to be easier to cut if it's been in the freezer just for about a half an hour. So let's give this a toss. Oh, this is going to be so good. I love beets, and especially you put in pistachio nuts and whoa, you have me. A second thought on the recipe is to add some grated ginger, and that gives it that very light bite, especially because I'm using an Asian dressing for the steak fajitas when we come back. So you can always use that, and I'll show you what I'm using a little bit. More pistachio nuts. Oh yeah, and I'm going to go ahead and add a little of the organic baby spinach as well. Now this in itself, you could serve this as it is for a meatless Monday dish, or you can serve this maybe some shrimp or chicken in it. I love it just like this, especially once you get the goat cheese in. That's going to be great. Let's come over and talk about the seasoning. Steak, it's very simple. Leave on the counter for half an hour. Let it bring up to more of a room temperature. Use something like garlic salt or the Vicks garlic blend that I use, and pepper, and that's going to be it. Get it a good sear, cook it to rare, it'll rest and come up to medium rare. So when I come back, we're going to gather all these great ingredients and make some great lettuce wraps and fajitas to serve with our beet salad. I'm getting hungry, I hope you are too. So we've done this spiralized beet salad. It is so delicious, and I have just decided that will be the salad course on my Thanksgiving table this year. Now let's get into the steak fajitas. You can do it 2 different ways. If I'm going to have the flour tortilla, I'm going to get a lower calorie, low carb one. So this is low in carbs. It's only 60 calories, which I like, and this is the garden veggie variety. So let's start with one of these, and then we can just simply turn it into a lettuce wrap. If you're going to do a lettuce wrap, then you want to use that Boston Bib lettuce, sometimes known as butter lettuce. I have some hot house cucumbers, and I can just lay those right in there. And I found some spiralized butternut squash, a great way to get your veggies. This is pretty, you know, squash has that natural sweetness. If you just add that into your fajita wraps with children, trust me, they're going to eat it. They're not going to know. They're going to think it's fun and it looks like cheese. So that's good for them. Now, we'll do a little yellow pepper and then we'll get ready with the meat. And then let's talk about the dressing because, you know, nowadays we're looking for a lot of things that don't have sugar in them. I very seldom buy a dressing. I usually make my own marinades and dressings, but it's nice for all of us that are really busy to have something that's going to be great as a marinade dressing. And this particular one from the Fresh Market, it's Cindy's Kitchen brand. It's scallion and ginger. It's not too spicy, and you just want to do a little drizzle over that steak. I'm going to turn the plate a little bit and show you that. And what I'm going to do is just kind of leave it open face so you can see that. And again, notice I put the drizzle of the dressing on the top because obviously we don't want it to get too soggy. So I let the steak rest, and as you can see, yep, it really worked. It really worked. It's a nice medium rare. I pulled it off when it was rare, and now we're ready to go. So slice that up there. Steak can go on top. It doesn't make a difference. The big deal is to make sure you don't put the dressing on until the end. So we'll get some more bib lettuce, and then I'm going to make myself a few just with the lettuce without the low-cal fajita wrap. But there we go. And where's my dressing? Here it is. And now we have the perfect lunch or dinner, especially in this hot weather. It's going to be lighter and really delicious along with our great beet salad. We're almost time to tuck in, so come on back and we'll let Scalzi take a bite. And Scott, I've saved you your own plate.
My, oh, Mama, I don't want to talk. You talk. I want to eat. This smells so good. Holy
I'm telling you, I'm the most popular person in the building when I'm making steak.
I'll tell you
what. Today
what.
would be the day.
Yep.
Delicious sirloin,
wow,
right, from the Fresh Market. A nice steak fajita with an Asian-style wrap. We have the spinach. We have the butternut squash spiralized. So, and like I said, kids think it's cheese, so they'll eat it. I know you probably can't talk with your mouth full. This is my favorite part, is let the salad be the big star. Fennel, spiralized beet, pistachio nuts, and a white balsamic vinaigrette. You can get this recipe by logging on to www.mysuncoast.com and click on the videos, the recipes, the pairings. Check out our restaurant page. You find out who's serving Thanksgiving dinner and who's having wine dinners and so much more.
Delicious, and you've made it up in a few different ways as well.
That's right. If you're watching your weight,
there you go.
Low cal, even
me?
lower cal.
Judy, delicious. On our website,
you.
as Judy just mentioned, fantastic. Thank you, Judy.
Thank you, Scott.
And
We
happy
saved you
birthday,
some.
too, by the way.
Thank you.